You want to learn how to grow big juicy tomatoes like these? Then try out these few tricks and you're sure to have success. One of the best times to use this little trick is in the early stages of a tomato plant, when they're starting to get the flowers on them and the branches are starting to get full. All you need to have is a pair of scissors just like this right here, and it's just a simple trimming of the plant is what you need to do. And what this does is it takes away some of these little shoots that come up in the arms of the tomato plant, takes away from the energy and the growing of the tomato plant. So it's a real thing to do. This is how my grandfather did it, and I'm just going to show you something that works good for me in growing nice big juicy tomatoes. Okay, so if you look at this tomato plant here, it has started and it's got one little small tomato on it. But if you can see down here, it has these little shoots. Now, I don't want this tomato plant to produce tomatoes down here, so I'm going to trim off the first 3 or 4 inches below my tomato plant. So I want to get rid of some of these little branches that are going to take away from the main top of the plant up here. So I clipped that one off, and it looks like I'm going to clip this one. But you can see these other little shoots right here. You want to get rid of them. That really will take away from a lot of the energy. See right here in between this this stem, the main stem and the branch, I'm going to leave that there, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and I'm going to pick that little branch off from there. And the same way with this one. You can see that this here has gotten a little bit bigger, and it's going to take away from the leader branch. So I'm just going to trim that stuff off. Maybe I'm not using the right termination for some of this. I'm going to leave this because this one right here does have a tomato on it. And that's basically the best way to trim them. If you look over here at this plant, right here, it's kind of the same thing. It's got a little shoot coming out right there, which is going to take away from the growth, the upper growth of the plant. So I want to cut and trim away a lot of that stuff down there. Trim these little spikes that come out between the branches, and as these do get bigger, they'll produce a better tomato and they'll become a larger plant. Okay, so this one's already got flowers on it. Earlier on I should have cut this one off and I didn't do it. What I think I'm going to do here is I want to chop off that one. It's just a pruning is all you're doing to the tomato plants. I've got some real problems. Once again, I didn't trim this one, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this branch off right here, like that. Okay, and I'm going to get in here and take that off, and cut off a few of these bottom leaders right here, and that's going to make for a much better tomato plant. So if you want to grow big juicy tomatoes like these, that's just a short little trimming lesson that I've learned in my younger years that my grandfather showed me. Now I'm sure there's 100 different ways and ideas out there that you can use to get a bigger and better tomato, but this is what I do. It's what I've done for years, and it works great for me, and it should work great for you. Give it a try.